in this winter show 2020, it's been, you know, a strange year for everyone. And your paintings are just so joyful and such celebrations of really the power of art and to kind of create a continuity in life. So you have the one painting that is no longer available of baskets, and then the other one. Can you say a little bit more than what you were telling me about your other painting?
Yeah, my second paint is called Diseño Uruapan. Uruapan is a place in the state of Michoacan, or a city. And the reason I named Diseño Uruapan is because they do crafts, and that particular design is kind of like the main design that they do. Is a different variety, but everybody who knows the art from that area, they can get really familiar when I say Diseño Uruapan, because it's a particular design, a particular way to make those places that everybody can identify that is made from that region.
So, and is that region your home region?
It's close. I would say like about 30 minutes from where I come from. I am from Cherán, Michoacán, Mexico. That's kind of like my main focus right now, and try to expose a little bit about where I come from.
In previous large mural narrative paintings that you have also exhibited, which is another aspect of your oeuvre that you practice along with these paintings of still lifes, objects, cultural traditions from your region. Would you say that those two aspects of your work, they've been a kind of continuous thread in the 10 years that I've known you and you've exhibited at Greenhill?
Well, I think in the last 20 years, I focus on, I would say, three categories. In this case, Diseño Uruapan and basket. It falls under Mexican folklore from that region that I come from. I do have the other, which is narrative art, which is the large pieces that you see where I describe the struggles or success about immigrant people who, for whatever reason, they have to come and cross the border and came into the United States. And the third one is more about pre-Columbian icons from the different cultures like the Maya, the Aztecs, the Toltecs, or the Olmecs. So that's kind of like three categories that I focus my art into.
And we were just discussing one of the most recent things that is happening in terms of your career, which is a video documentary on the immigrant experience as expressed through your painting and works that has now been nominated for an Emmy.
Yes.
And is one of less than 10 films that are up for that highest video documentary award in the cultural category. Can you tell us a little bit more about that film?
Yes, that film was created last year, and it was made to expose and focus a little bit about what's the purpose of my art, why I'm doing this kind of art, but also it describes the immigrants' lives in the United States, and specific in the region of North Carolina. And these films tell a little bit about my story, which is the story of many people who immigrate to the United States. And I think it focused on, how I was able to become an artist, kind of like starting, working in the tobacco fields, and be able to succeed and be able to communicate and narrate the immigrants' story. And that's kind of like the main focus that I did in this video. And we very happy to hear the, our other film with my story is nominated for these Grammy Awards. Yeah.
And in the documentary film, does it alternate images of your paintings with images of people that are working in the tobacco fields of North Carolina, of immigrant communities in our state?
I will say all the above that you mentioned.
Uh-huh.
It tells a little bit about my story.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much do the narrative on the story, in which have a mix images of people working in the tobacco field, people who work in different other trades that are Latino and that work in the community. So it's a mix of my paintings and also images from real people doing the regular job, like working in the tobacco field. Or they did focus the film more about from the beginning, crossing the border a little bit with images of the border, and also people working in the tobacco field in North Carolina, and some of the images are other people, Latino people who do different other trades, like a nurse, a teacher, a mechanic. In your regular life, you see all these people, but we never can have the credit on how we contribute to society.